Hello. Thank you for tuning in to my official YouTube channel, Reverend MeeLing. I am Reverend MeeLing. I've also been known by quite a few other names. Reverend Susan MeeLing, Lady MeeLing, Lady Dori, Belle, so on and so forth, depending on where you knew me. Depends on what name you knew me as. However, I'm still the same person no matter what. Not just biologically, right? That being said, so I am extremely excited because in just a few days, so today is the 4th of June 2020, just a few days, I will be getting ready to officially, pun intended, right? Because it's my official YouTube channel. I will officially be going to pick up the two pieces that are in Washington State of my Medal of Honor art project that I had been working on by myself. I mean, I can't say technically by myself, but technically by myself. See, if it wasn't for the ability to look online and do that sort of stuff, I would have never been able to find certain aspects of, despite the aspects of not knowing about hacking and that sort of stuff in regards to like emails, cell phones, various accounts, and so on and so forth. However, that being said, I am extremely excited to be able to get what I need to get squared away so that way I can make my way, go on my merry little way up to Washington State from the state of Texas and go pick up the two biggest pieces that I had completed. Now, I did the artwork myself. I did the rubbing of the markers and so on and so forth, the painting, I did that, and that stuff. McClendon's, the hardware company in Tacoma, is who put the encasement in glass and the wood frame in the way that I had specified to them I thought would need to be done. However, if it wasn't for the technology being able to find that stuff as far as the different markers, as well as the commendations of, and then the company McClendon's of doing that sort of stuff, so that way I could go and take the final pieces of the individual pieces that I had completed before the two that I'm going to go pick up. I wouldn't have been able to work on what I was doing. And for those of you who do not know what I am referencing, you can go to my website, www.susanmeeling.com, and go through the different artwork pieces that I had put together myself. So I didn't really discuss I didn't discuss certain aspects of my Medal of Honor art project beyond the fact that what do you really say about a Medal of Honor recipient beyond what they had done to earn the Medal of Honor? I mean, my thing that the only words I could come up with is, oh, they're badass motherfuckers. Like, that's just realistically, in my opinion, I cannot be the only person who believes that. And so while I obviously had no idea that anybody would maliciously cause problems to my Medal of Honor art project, because in my thoughts, who would be so stupid? Who would be so dumb as to think that that'd be a good idea? And I know I had complained a lot in reference to the amount of time that I had spent cleaning dog crap off of 6 particular Medal of Honor recipient markers in one location in Seattle. Hours. And I know in reference not just to that, but I had also complained in reference to the red Hyundai that was in front of the Dodge Grand Caravan that I was driving with my son in the car, and the Medal of Honor artwork pieces that I had not finished dropping off in the state of Montana in 2016 from technically Kalispell to just before Arley, Montana. Though if they were there beforehand, as far as like when I was in Columbia Falls to that area, I obviously didn't know. I would guesstimate my son would know. Because I was just happy to be able to spend time with my son, show him what I thought was really cool in the state of Montana. Not that there wasn't a lot more to show him. There was quite a bit. But, you know, those who have teenagers understand that short attention span aspect. And so, you know, the aspects of the Montana Vortex, you know, I thought that was pretty cool. I mean, first and foremost, you know, I kind of freaked him out in regards to that trip in 2017 because, you know, we got to the Montana Vortex and, you know, went through the tour and that whole thing, and then, you know, get to the actual house, or the House of Mystery technically is what it's called, and my son, you know, goes over the threshold, and he's, you know, well, those who have been there know exactly what I'm talking about. However, when I walked over the threshold, I'm like, yeah, that's right. I'm here. I'm going to go do my stretches. I'm going to go do my stretch. I'm going to go and, I'm going to have some fun. Yes. And yes, you go do that. And so, you know, he did the different things. And then, you know, I was like, hey, James, look what I can do. He goes, what? And so I sat down in the chair, and if you go there, you'll understand that you actually have to use a wall to stand up. And I just sit down and I go, oh, look what I can do, look what I can do, look what I can do. And he just looks at me, he's like, oh my God, Mom, what did you just do? I sat down and look, I stood up, no hands. The tour guide, because it was just my son, James, the tour guide, and I on that particular aspect, you know, he just looks over at me and goes, oh my God, did I just see that? And I go, oh, of course you did. I've asked, so can you tell me why I can do that? And he looks at me and goes, oh my God. And I was like, so, you know, I'm just wondering, you know, I was told by this other guy it's because I have a lower center of gravity, which I guess I could technically make the joke in reference to since I landed at the bottom of the ocean in 3 different locations, but specifically in the Matthias Abyss. I guess by technicalities, that would be accurate now that I think about it. I mean, the first time I went there was in 2016. However, you know, today's, you know, the 4th of June, 2020, and so, you know, I didn't really think about that until now. That would definitely be a lower center of gravity now that I think about it by technicalities. So, you know, I am obviously going to go to the Montana Vortex, you know, on my way back, after picking up the 2 pieces from Washington State. And after I go and run around on top of the quicksand out there like I did before, um, and go talk to the seal poopy dogs at the Port of Tacoma, because that's just how I am. I have to. I don't have to technically, but I do. I do. I do. I kind of do. Um, yeah, so I'm going to do that. And so I'm gonna throw down a challenge to that cute patootie Navy SEAL. Since, if he's in Montana, I'm gonna throw this down and be like, all right, come on. Come on. I really want to meet him anyway. Nonetheless, I'll throw out a challenge. I understand you've done a whole bunch of stuff. Um, I'm gonna throw that down. I'm gonna throw that challenge down and just be like, come on, come on, come on. You big. I'm gonna guesstimate he's really, really tall in comparison to me, but come on. Sure, you've done a whole bunch of stuff. Plus, it'd be really cool. I really, really want to meet him. He's like, I could have met him and then never knew. However, at the same time, I'm throwing that challenge down. You want to, let's see what you can do. And, let's see what you can do. I mean, I'm just saying, it'd be really cool. It'd be pretty awesome if when I showed up there, if Q Patootie Navy SEAL, meaning, Rob O'Neill, to be specific for those who don't know, I mean, he's done all sorts of stuff, and, I mean, I don't think that he'd be, intimidated by a 5'4" female. I'm just saying, I mean, I'm gonna throw that down. I'm gonna be like, come on. And I know that's a bold statement to be like, because that guy, I mean, Navy SEAL, come on now. But take you on in the vortex. Come on. And since, he lives or like is from Montana, if he's already been there, then it's not fair if he's been practicing by technicalities. However, I got a couple challenges. I got a couple challenges in my thoughts as far as, so I'm laying it down, and mm-hmm. Be really cool first and foremost, and I am gonna give a warning. If I wind up getting to meet that guy, Q Patootie Navy SEAL, I'm gonna give you a fairy hug. I'm gonna give you a fairy hug. I'm telling you, I'm gonna give you a fairy hug because I have to. And so there's a warning, because if you wind up being like, yo, or whatever, Rob O'Neill and stuff, I'm gonna run and give you a running fairy hug. I'm going to. Forewarning, not to hurt you. Just so cool. And so, yeah, but I am throwing down a challenge in regards to, the Montana Vortex. I have a few ideas for, a little, if you're into competition. I mean, I know that you've done like a whole bunch of stuff being a Navy SEAL guy. I'm just saying, I have a few ideas for a competition if, you're not all that busy right now. And, um, you know, I'm laying it down. And, I mean, yeah, I'm gonna throw down that challenge. And if, you're not all busy and stuff, um, go in the vortex and let's see what you could do. Let's see if you can keep up. Yeah, I went there. hmm Not just because I actually went there to the Montana Vortex, but yes, I threw down a challenge to the guy who killed Osama bin Laden, a Navy SEAL. Uh-huh, I did. And, I mean, of course, that guy could be so busy right now and doing all sorts of stuff. And then, I mean, I would guesstimate he wouldn't be intimidated by a female. I could be wrong. I mean, I'm only 5'4". So, I mean, just saying. And, I mean, what's, what's, you know, I mean, he's all big gurrar and gurrar, I'm just, me. And so, I mean, he can't, I would doubt he'd be scared of a little old me. I mean, I think I weigh a total, I think I'm almost at 120 pounds. So, I'm all big and stuff. And 5'4". Are you know so I'm just gonna throw that, down. I'm gonna throw that down. And I'm gonna be up there. I would guesstimate that you would have the ability to find out, because I will be doing YouTube stuff to be like, that this is where I am and stuff. And so, I mean, I just, you know, but I do want to meet him. And I do want to get a fairy hug. I do. Oh, I do. I want to get a fairy hug. I mean, he's not going to give me a fairy hug. He's going to give me a Rob O'Neill hug. But I'm going to give him a fairy hug if I get the chance. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I threw that down. I threw it down. I said it. I'm not taking it back. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, unless he's scared of me. I'm just me. I mean, bigger rar, you know, just saying. So, I'm going to leave that on that. And, be leaving in a few days to go up to Washington State. And then I'll be on my way to Montana because of going through the vortex. And so, if, he's not too busy and he doesn't have a whole bunch of other stuff to do and not scared, you know, just saying. But I do want a fairy hug. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it if, 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 if he shows up. Just saying. So, what? Yes, I did just challenge. And so, nonetheless, just throwing that out there. So, you guys have a good one. And hopefully it would definitely be interesting. Nonetheless, you guys